Over the next 2 to 3 days, we are going to see some absolutely massive decisions made within and outside of the crypto market that I believe are going to impact crypto for what could be a couple months. And so today we're going to go over exactly what those decisions are and why I believe they are so important. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Tyler Hill. I am one of the co-founders of the Crypto Strategy School, and I post here every single day trying to keep you as updated as possible about what's happening here in the crypto market. And what we're going to see over these next coming days is so important that I need you to just stop whatever you're doing and watch this very closely because we're getting started right now. Now, before we dive into what's happening in crypto, let's talk about some of the things that are happening outside of crypto first that are going to impact crypto. Tomorrow, Thursday, March 27th, we are going to get info on the US GDP, US jobless claims, and of course, Paul Atkins' confirmation hearing to lead the US SEC. All three of these things are incredibly important for their own individual reasons. The US GDP is so important because it's going to tell us the state of the economy in the United States. Everybody's been super worried, super scared, super just nervous about how all of these things that are happening in the US are going to impact our economy. And this is going to finally start giving us some insight of how things are holding up. U.S. jobless claims are going to be important because this is also going to tell us what sort of impact all of these different quantitative moves have been having on our economy. Are people are people getting laid off? Are people getting hired? Do people have extra money? Do they not? Right? U.S. jobless claims will really tell us, again, also a big portion of the state of the economy, which is so important. And then Paul Atkins' confirmation is so important, quite simply because Paul Atkins is someone who's relatively pro-crypto. And him being set as the lead of the SEC would put us in a spot to where we can finally start seeing more progress towards regulatory clarity within the world of crypto. Very important things here, guys. Now, Friday the 28th is where things get even more spicy as we get US core PCE coming in. If you don't know what core PCE is, this is of course this is the inflation data that the Fed prefers, right? Because we, of course, do get our CPI data and PPI data, which also tell us how inflation has been dropping or climbing. But PCE is what they seem to prefer because I think it gives them a little bit more of a clear insight as to how everything's being affected. And it does seem to be a little bit more reliable and accurate. And so that means that on Friday, we are going to be getting information about inflation that the Fed is going to be taking very, very seriously in deciding whether or not they're going to continue quantitative easing or tightening or whether they're going to raise or lower interest rates. And I think that's going to come with a lot of excitement. Now, I do believe that one way or another, it's going to be fine when we get PCE data. And the reason why I say that is because if PCE data comes in good or as expected, I think the market's going to go on about its merry way. I think if it comes in a little bit worse than expected, the market won't react that badly, primarily due to the fact that Jerome Powell has come out and said that they think any inflation caused by Trump's tariffs will only be temporary and short term. And so it's not something he expects to stay up for a while. So even if it does come in a little bit worse than expected, I think we kind of have a built-in excuse right now for the market to not respond super badly. So one way or another, I don't really think it's going to be that bad, but it is important, extremely important to watch how this all plays out. I told you all 3 months ago that the biggest catalyst in the market right now is going to be the US and the US economy and how it's operating, because that seems to be where all of the liquidity is shifting and what liquidity is using to determine whether or not it's going to shift or not. And so very, very, very important stuff coming over the next couple of days. Now, in terms of crypto, we have some even more important things to be on the lookout for, guys. We have some absolutely massive, some absolutely important decisions that are about to finally get made. The moment is finally here. Now, guys, don't forget, before we get into that, there's only 9 days left. If you want to go take advantage of that deal with Femex, in which you can get $50 just for signing up, $500 just for depositing, and you can get up to thousands of dollars for trading. The link is in the description down below for any of you who are experienced traders. The link is down below, and again, you only have 9 days left, so go take advantage of that. And any of you who trade big money, we're talking millions of dollars a day. If you do switch, if you do determine that you want to be a VIP, take your VIP status on one platform and switch over to Femex, they have some insane rewards for you. And as you can see here, you can go check it out. I will leave the link in the description down below, but your maker and taker fees can get way better, especially if you're a whale trading on one platform wanting to switch over. So head to the link down below, go check that out. Let me know what you think, and let's look at Bitcoin. So what are these decisions that are about to be made, and why are they so dang on important? Well, as you all know, over the last couple of days, I have been watching, or maybe about a week or so now, I have been watching very closely what happens within this descending channel. I told you all, listen, When crypto pumps right now, everyone's going to get all excited. Everyone's going to start opening up long trades. We're going to see liquidations heavily climbing to the downside. We're going to see all of these things because people are going to get really excited the second we see any green in this market. But the reality of it is that until we do two major things, first, this is just a fake out. This is just a fake pump. This is just recovery. This is nothing. This is not a breakout. This is not the bull market back. This is not anything. Matter of fact, I told you about this. When was that? Yeah, I told you this on the 20th, and today's the 26th. So we've been on this, right? And I've been telling you all again, listen, we cannot get too confident, too comfortable about this move until something specific happens. The three things that I've told you all needed to happen were the descending channel needs to break. It must break. Think about it. It's very simple math. While we are in a descending channel, it is impossible for Bitcoin to break out. Of course. While we're in here, it's impossible for Bitcoin to actually climb. So we need to see it break out, duh. The second thing that we need to see is the 50-day moving average broken. Currently, the 50-day moving average is set at $89,700 right here, and we need to get back above it. History shows that the 50-day simple moving average, once we are able to break above it and hold above it, we can see a bull market really continue. Do you see how we tried to stay above it and lost it, and stay above it, lost it, stay above it, lost it, and then the first time that we stayed above it when we broke above it, we absolutely took off? That's what we want. We want to see a break above it and a stay above it, because when you get that support, man, things usually get pretty bullish. Look back here as well. We failed to stay above it this time. We continued back down. We stayed above it this time. Boom, we took off. We fell below it. We recovered, stayed above it. Boom, we took off. That's what I'm looking for. I want to see us get back above that 50-day moving average. I want to see us hold it, because if so, maybe we can start to take off. And then the last thing, step 3 of this scenario, is that we need to break the golden zone. I'm not going to go into a huge explanation over the golden zone. I feel like I've done that quite a bit recently, but you of course know this golden box right here of resistance, we got to get back above it. Now, what you can see is that the first 2 steps of that are approaching. The moment of truth is here. We are now within touching distance of the first 2 steps, which is breaking out of the descending channel and clearing the 50-day moving average. And it feels to me as if the market is kind of waiting with bated breath and is slowly approaching this massive battle as we also do approach these key events over the next couple days. It wouldn't shock me whatsoever if these events over the next couple days help us determine what's going to happen here, whether we break out or whether we get rejected. And you can see the market anticipating this, right? You look at something like Bitcoin's MACD. The MACD is now currently, the blue line is now reaching the same level that we were at back here, which was the previous time that we got to the top of this channel before getting rejected. We can also see here that our RSI is now back around the 51 to 53 level, which is the same level that we've gotten to a couple times, the same little zone that we've gotten to a couple times whenever we've gotten rejected to the downside. So our RSI is ready to determine if it's going to break out. Our MACD ready to determine if it's going to break out. The price ready to determine if it's going to break out. And I think it all comes down to the decisions and the info that we gather over the next couple of days. And so what this means is that we need to be watching like a hawk what happens here. And we need to be, oh man, you got to just watch this so closely, because what does happen here is, again, very likely going to determine what not only just the next few weeks looks like, guys. We could be talking about months. Now, before we do talk about my exact strategy, I do need to let you know, if you are someone in this world of crypto who is simply just trying to get better at it all, what I want you to do is head to the link down below and go check out the Crypto Strategy School. This is my school, one that I co-founded with a couple partners, and we have a very simple mission at the school. We take crypto investors like yourselves. We give you a ton of value, such as coaching, workshops, classes, signals. This is where you can see all of my own personal insights, my thoughts, my trades, my buys, my sells, as well as weekly reports, deep dives, and so much more. And the whole purpose of this is to help you define your strategy, because a strategy is what creates a winning investor. And I'm not talking about little wins. I'm talking about big wins. I'm talking about hundreds of percentages and gains every day, hundreds of thousands of dollars generated every single day. And the best part about it is that if you are somebody who wants to come on board and you want to become a winning investor, it starts as little as $5 a month. And if you don't see growth, if you don't find value in the server within your first 12 hours of being in it, we'll just give you your money back. No problem. So head to the link down below. There's a couple spots open. I just opened up 3 more spots in the executive tier, and those will fill up today. So head to the link down below and go check that out. Now, what's next? Okay. How do we go from here? Tyler Hill, what are we doing? Well, personally speaking, I'm not really doing that much. The reason why I'm not doing that much is because the decision is here. You know, I'm not someone who likes to front run decisions, because the crypto market has shown me very often, time and time again, that when you think you know what's going to happen, you probably don't. If you're sure we're going to break out here, we're probably not. If you're sure we're not going to break out, we probably will. And so what I've come to recognize is that my strategy recently to make it as easy as possible is just let it happen. If we're going to get rejected, let us get rejected. If we're going to break out, let us break out. Because once we have that decision, we have what? We have clarity. And when you have clarity, you have what? An easier route to winning. And so what I'm going to do is say, listen, I'm unclear right here, guys. I don't know. I don't know if we're going to get rejected. I don't know if we're going to break out. And so knowing that I have no clarity, that means I have a harder route to winning. And so instead of doing that, look, I'll let it. If it's going to go up 4%, and then I'll enter from there, sure, fine. I don't care if I miss out on these little bitty gains from here to here. I don't care. It makes no difference. And the likelihood is we're probably going to back test anyway, and I'll be able to re-enter at the same price that we're at now. So I'm not buying right now in anticipation that we're going to break to the upside. I'll let it break up first before I buy. And if we do get rejected, guess what? I'm just going to deploy some capital, and probably some of the capital from the profit that I took a couple days ago. Over in the school, I told them, listen, I'm closing down some of my trades right now. I closed 1% of my total Bitcoin position and 3% of my total Solana position. My average cost for Bitcoin is $31,000, or it was $31,000. It shifted a little bit with this closing, just a tiny amount. And my average cost for Solana is $32. And so listen, although we are still in the possibility, there is still a possibility we do rally, I'm up, 2, 3x on Bitcoin. I'm still up, 4, 5x on Solana. And so I'm not going to keep playing this game. If there's a chance we get rejected here, I'd rather just take some profits off the table. And if we do pull back, I'll just reinvest some of that profit that I took. It's simple as that. So right now, guys, I'm sitting back, I'm waiting, I'm watching, I'm letting this play out. Do we break up? If so, maybe I'll enter in some long trades. Maybe I'll go for a little quick swing trade. Maybe I'll go for a positional trade. I'll let you know. I'll tell you what I'm doing. And if we do get rejected and we head back towards, say, 79,000 to come liquidate some of these people, then yeah, I'll probably re-enter on some more of my long-term swing trades as well. So with that in mind, just stay tuned. And it sucks that I have to keep saying this, but the best thing to do right now, in my opinion, is not much. Let this play out. Let the decision get made, and then we'll go from there. But guys, I think that decision's coming very soon, especially with all this data, so keep your eyes peeled. So don't forget, if you do, of course, want to go sign up for Fimix, the link is down below. You only have 9 days left to go get all these thousands of dollars in bonuses, or switch them to the VIP onboarding if you are a whale. And don't forget that if you do want to get some good knowledge to help you build your strategy, the link in the description down below will take you to the school where you can learn all that we have to offer. So go check that out. Check out some of the socials down below. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I can't wait to see you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.